What's going on, everybody? Dr. Mavericks Gamer, guys, back yet again and into another and unfortunately the final of our double painted weekend extravaganza crate opening series. So we had an absolute blast. We're going to finish it off the way we always start. Well, we don't always start this way. Not this time we didn't start. But the way that I feel like we need to start, which is with our PCC crates. So we're going to do 100 more today. We're finishing off. We got to essentially do these and make sure that we're ready and prepped to finish everything off for the trade up stream as well. So we're going to jump right into this. We're going to get rolling for the 100 that we're going to do. And just thank you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We've got a long series here. It ended up being, I don't know, 9-ish episodes, I think. I kind of lost count as we were running through them. But ton of crate opening, a double painted weekend action, absolute blast, and a bunch of other good stuff up. We've got the, I don't know if by yet we'll have the highlights up for when this will upload, but hopefully at least got the highlights up for the crate opening stream. We definitely have the full video up, and then in addition to that, we've obviously got the trade up stream that will be after this video when this is recorded, but not in real time. We still have to do the trade up video, so hopefully that whole video will be up, and hopefully we can get some highlights of that going as well. In addition to these painted black mains, so I'm totally down with that. So it's been just an absolute blast. It was just a super fun weekend, and after this, it's essentially get prepped, get ready, and try to kind of restock on keys, get a bunch of trades done, and get ready for the next one. You guys know whenever these come around, we want to do them big. I can't say that the next time this comes, we'll do as big as we did for this one with the 2501 crate opening. That was an absolute awesome stream. Thank you guys all so much for the support. If you came and joined, just really do appreciate it. It was really fun interacting with everybody. No matter where you came from, we had a lot of folks from the Reddit community that came over, so thank you guys for that. We had a lot of folks from the channel that came over as well, and then a bunch of new faces too. So just really appreciate everybody stopping in, even if it was only for a little bit, said hey, threw something down in the chat, just said what's going on. Really appreciate it, made it a ton of fun. Looking forward to the trade up stream as well. But yeah, so just thanks for all the support on this and on the video series as well. The first couple, by the time I'm recording this, first couple have come up. They've done pretty good. You guys obviously really enjoy the crate openings, and these videos make it a little bit easier, unlike the streams where you can kind of chill at your own pace and watch these if you have to pause, pick up some other time. So sit back, relax, and again, if you are new, shameless plug, links for everything down in the description below. So just make sure, check that out, hit that sub button, throw a like if you end up enjoying it, or you just like chilling with me. And or you just like crate openings, you can put me on mute and just watch the crate opening. And then we do have our Discord, our Twitch, and our Twitter down below. So if you want to come check out a stream at some point, you can follow us over there, join the Discord. Basically, Discord is the best way, beyond notifications and everything else from the two platforms, from YouTube and from Twitch, to stay up to date with everything that we got going on. I always post when we're going to go live. I always, giveaways and all that other stuff, community games, anything that we're doing goes in the Discord for sure. So feel free, jump on over. Discord's free. If you're not familiar with it, it's essentially a chat platform, but we've got a lot of people on there growing our community over there. We've got a couple of chat channels. We've got our community designs as well. So if you're looking for some inspiration, or you've got a really cool design you want to show off, be sure to hop over there, throw it in the design channel. Who knows, you might be in a future video for sure. I know that's still, as of recording this, that's still planned. I definitely want to do a totally awesome crate design video, so looking forward to that. If you got some cool ones, definitely want to check those out for sure. Black Comet. So there's not a whole lot, honestly, in this crate that we're looking for beyond good exotics and obviously black market decals. So the double painted weekend's been absolutely great to us. We got a lot of really, really cool stuff, and like I said, really looking forward to the trade ups and getting everything done. So up until this point, I've traded basically everything up till import. I'll do the same with all of these items to get prepped for that trade up stream as well. I can tell you, as of the recording of this, so prior to all of these items, we had just shy of 300 PCC imports to do. We'll probably get plenty from this, so hopefully we can hit the 320-ish or 30-ish mark, depending on how these fold out, how many of these end up being imports themselves. So I'm super pumped for that. So tons of chances for some really good wheels. And then we've just got a ton of imports from basically every other crate. Come on now. Painted certified orange Dracos. I think these are bright enough to be orange. I'm pretty sure. So finally we see some painted Dracos. Feeling like we've been on kind of a lull with that. With the other crate openings, the other PCC openings during the stream. We'll see how we do again on the trade ups, but I feel like for crate openings we've been on a little bit of lull. I do think we got one pair of painted Dracos during the crate opening stream. I think they were purple, and beyond that, I know we hit a couple others. We've been on a little bit of a lull for them. So happy to see the orange ones there. Curious on the cert. Could be really good. Could be so-so. Orange isn't the most sought after color just because it is so similar to the base wheel. That's something that's been talked about a lot. They've done it with some other wheels, haven't done it with some. It's just kind of interesting, it's just kind of interesting what they decide to do and when they do it. Another exotic. Come on now. There we go. See, I get to talking about. There we go. I get to talking about. We've been shy on the painted Dracos, and now we boom, hit two of them. Beautiful. That was good. Forest green, comparative to the orange or potentially burnt sienna that the other ones were. Green is a fantastic color. Oh, we do take that back. We did get white ones. I always forget that we got those white ones because honestly, I thought they were gray. I think we got a pair of gray ones too. All the openings and everything's blending together. Just been trying to move through them, keep it all together as much as I can, but we've opened a ton of really awesome items. So this has just been a phenomenal weekend. Like I said, I don't know. It's always hard to say when the next one of these is going to be, and I expect it won't be at least for a good while. Because these ones have come pretty fast back to back. It was only a couple of months from the last one to this one. Obviously, the birthday celebration was cool. It would also be nice if we could get into a rhythm with Psionic/Epic, with Rocket League, of having at least a little bit of kind of a forewarning for when these are going to pop up. So, because this one totally came out of the blue, I think caught a lot of people at a surprise, which is fine. But for content creators specifically, it's a little tougher. Makes things a little bit harder to pick up. If you haven't been prepping beforehand. So that's what I've got to learn now, is I've got to prep beforehand. And lucky enough, I did that from the last one. We saved up. We did a bunch of PCC openings, kept the crate openings going. Slower volume. We'll definitely take a little bit of a break from crate openings after this is all said and done, like we typically do, because you've gotten quite a few days of it back to back to back to back. So we'll take a little bit of a break, let things settle down, try to recoup some keys. We'll probably still be opening some totally awesome crates because those are a ton of fun, and really did enjoy that. Had an absolutely awesome opening of that. Not the last one that was posted, but the one before that was, I think, statistically our best crate opening we've ever had. It was just absolutely nuts, from the exotics and the black markets that we got, plus some of the painted stuff. Really good certifications. So, but we'll take a little bit of break. But as we go through, I feel like I did a good job of hanging on to the imports. Trading everything up to the import level. If we got some cool imports, we would trade them away or whatever. Or got some good, cert painted very rares, we would find opportunities to, grab a couple of keys back. But for the most part, trade everything up to import, and then we sat on them. Definitely sat on the PCC imports. That's, my recommendation is, if you are going to end up wanting to do something for double painted, my opinion is you should do import trade ups instead of open crates. Obviously, the only thing you miss out on there is if you're hoping to snag a black market, and especially a painted black market, obviously you have a really good opportunity to be able to do that if you decide to go that route. But with all that being said, I think it's definitely more beneficial, probably cost effective too from a keys perspective, to do your trade ups instead of opening your crates. Again, obviously you can get really lucky. You get really lucky or unlucky on either. So if you stock up 25 imports, you might strike out on the 5 trade ups that you get. That's the other thing to consider too when we talk about imports versus crate. At any single crate, while your percentages are not good, you could get really lucky, and all it costs you is 1 key and 1 crate. Whereas if you want to get a trade up, which is a guaranteed exotic, if you're going from the import level, if you want to get a trade up, you're looking at 5 imports, which PCC imports, for instance, on Xbox, about 1 key per. So you're looking at a little bit bigger investment, but I think your odds are definitely better because you know you're going to get an exotic, which out of a crate is only a 4% chance. So if you're trying to hit, for instance, white Zombas, you should trade up. You should do import trade ups instead of open crates. If you're just hoping for like a black market, or an exotic, or even a good painted import, then open the crate. It's just really shooter's preference on that. But I would definitely say if you're looking for good imports, if you're looking for good exotics, you need to trade up your imports and hang on to them. Like I said, find opportunities. That's the other thing. As you go to trade, if you're looking to kind of continue to build an inventory, sometimes you got to sit on stuff a little while. Sometimes you got to sit on stuff, whether it be a really good cert item or maybe a niche item that has a decent cert on it, but maybe a lot of people don't hang on to them. We got the Zombas too. Sometimes you got to sit on it. You don't always have to immediately turn that item. And that can be tough, especially if you have a little bit smaller of an inventory. But the other thing I would definitely recommend too is always look to find items that you know are going to have good future value. And I would say PCC imports always have good future value because they get really beneficial during double painted weekends. Now, caveat there, little reminder, little thought to throw in your mind, and I don't think this will happen anytime soon. One thing to consider is a PCC refresh. Now, we got a PCC refresh. Let's say we lost we would definitely lose the Infiniums. I can pretty confidently say that those are gone. Zombas would probably be the only thing that might stay just by user choice, but they may not give us the option. And then it would be really curious to see what wheels we would get next in the crate. I could see Hypnotics. I could see something that's a little bit more popular recently coming back and coming in. Some special edition wheels in the future, which would honestly make PCC imports probably... It's really dependent on what wheels, in my opinion, and black markets are in the crate. As well as what decals. You'd be surprised the rare decals help these crates quite a bit, at least in my opinion. I think the fact that we've got the Lone Wolf and good very rare wheels I think is important, but a PCC refresh could definitely throw some things, could change it up a little bit, but I do generally see PCC imports always maintaining, especially during a double painted weekend, maintaining some pretty dang good value. Just because it's a solid crate. It's the favorites. It's the community favorites. So, something to consider, but the main point that I was trying to get with all of this, before I got on my little off tangent, is the fact that if you're always looking, and I hear this a lot from people, I'm struggling to trade items people don't seem to want to have, or want the items that I have. What I would argue is, maybe you need to look at, instead of trading that items for just keys, which I see a ton of, just looking for keys, which isn't a bad thing, but also consider what you might trade that into that would be easier to get keys. I think I talked about this in a kind of an earlier opening, maybe one of these, or maybe the Market Watch. But simply put, if you have a hard to move item or hard to trade item that doesn't have a ton of value, but it might be worth a key or two, maybe instead of trying to grab that key or two for it and really trying to find that specific buyer, maybe find somebody else that's kind of mildly interested and trade for non-crate very rares, PCC imports at whatever their equivalent to keys is on your platform, and just see how that goes. think you might have a better opportunity if you open up. You're at least reaching a bigger audience if you open up what you're willing to accept for your item. And again, keys are the currency. That's what everybody wants. That's what everybody trades for. But I can guarantee you, if you've got a little bit tougher of a item to move, but you're willing to pay PCC imports, there might be some people that have PCC imports, don't have keys, that may be interested in that item and willing to move that. And what that does for you is it forces you into another trade. But what it does give you is a more fluid item to be able to hopefully make that trade for that key. So something to consider. It's advice I give pretty often, especially for traders trying to build inventories, is don't stay static with just items for keys. Move items for other items, especially if you know how well they trade and kind of what essentially they can turn into and how easily they can. I always tell people, sometimes it's better to take a little smidge. I would never recommend taking like half price what your item is worth if you're trying to build your inventory, but sometimes it's worth it to take maybe a little smidge less of what you believe your item to be worth if you can turn it into something else that's more fluid of a currency, which means by fluid I mean more easily tradable, and in this case again we're talking about PCC imports. So we're gonna finish this off. We'll do a little bit over 100 just because I like to go to even numbers, and because this orange painted twinser said let's do a couple more. So we'll finish off, we'll go these last 15. Not super great, but we did get 2 painted Dracos, so I'm pretty happy about that. We'll see what we can grab in these last 15. But again, I just want to say sincere, if you stuck it out with me through this video and through these series and in the streams, just thank you so much for the support. Really sincerely, the channel has continued to grow. Our Twitch has really grown from the streams, and hopefully will continue to grow in the near future. We look forward to hanging out with you guys, chatting, doing that regularly, but as always, staying focused on our regular YouTube content as well. Again, still going to be mixing it up, so not just pure Rocket League, but we definitely want to stay true to this game, and opportunities and weekends like this are just so much fun. They're just such a blast. These crate openings are such a blast, but it's also just a ton of fun to be able to hang out and share this experience with a lot of you. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully you've enjoyed just chilling, just watching the videos, hanging out with me, chat with me in the streams if you've been there, chat with me in the comments if you haven't. I do my absolute best to respond to everybody and get back, and at least just say hey. And I like to hear what you guys are thinking. Definitely like to hear what you guys are thinking. Constructive criticism is always good. Well, not always. Most of the time it's pretty good. Definitely love to hear about the positivity that you guys are enjoying the channel, enjoying the content. And that really helps it. That makes it easier. Makes it easier to get a dissolver. As we finish out these crates, I'm really glad we did the additional 15, because this kind of steps this up a notch. And that's a good way to kind of finish this whole series off. Snag that dissolver, close this thing out, and just say thanks. Thank you guys and gals out there watching these and spending your time with me during your day. Really do appreciate it. And again, hope to catch some of you on stream. Streams are an absolute blast because you guys and gals are able to be there. So just stay tuned. If you're new, stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned to what else we got going on. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And an exotic. And some painted infiniums. This was a good last 15 crates or so. Absolutely awesome. Last one. Of course, we got to finish it on a rare. Let's do a quick recap here on the final 115. I think we had 114 PCC that we were able to crack open. Let's run it down real quick. So picked up pink infiniums as we got close to the end here, which is really awesome. Snagged another dissolver for the collection, which is absolutely awesome. Hands down, best black market we could get in the crate outside of a really good painted mainframe. So that's really awesome. We did pick up a couple of painted white Gaydens and Reapers. We got that orange Twinser. Most of this stuff will probably go to the trade up machine. Picked up some pink titanium white Yamanes. I was thinking about the infiniums. A couple other painted cars here. You can see again plenty of PCC imports for the trade up stream that we got going on. We did pick up a regular pair of Zambas, unfortunately, but I think we made up for it. We got Tactician Orange, so these are really good cert on this. That's fantastic. That really bumps these up a notch. And a Forest Green Dracos. So both Dracos coming in really strong. Striker Forest Green Gaidens is actually not bad either. Some really cool stuff. Black Comet, Black Yamains, Sweeper Black Lone Wolf. So some really solid items out of this one, in addition to a bunch of other cool painted, some cert items as well, some cert decals. But again, most of that stuff probably getting traded up. Really solid opening to finish this whole double painted weekend off. And I'll just finish this by saying, again, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe if you have not already, if you're new to the channel. Discord, Twitch, and Twitter all down below. Description. They got the links. Come follow us. Join us over there. We would love to have you and chat with you in a future stream. And just thanks again for all the support to the channel, to the series. I've been Doc from Average Gamer Guys. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.